Mengo Palace has been the seat of the Buganda Kings since its initial construction in the 1885 by KABAKA II. The palace includes the KABAKA'S official residence, Twekobe, the torture chambers of Idi Amin, among others. In the ancient years, this palace was attacked twice, hence leaving a stark reminder of Uganda's troubled past. And up to date, it's a popular tourist attraction for those interested in the history of Uganda despite the restricted areas in the palace.
So hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you're watching from. It's a girl Jo here and I'm in the Buganda Kingdom's palace. This is one of the biggest palaces in the Buganda Kingdom and I'm going to show you some of the historical items. I guess I'm going to be giving a tour guide, so he's going to tell you the needed information. And if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for watching this video, and please subscribe to the channel. For my returning subscribers, you're my sweethearts, and don't forget to leave a comment. So guys, you might wonder, what is this on my wrist? I'm actually sick. I'm battling with typhoid, and I've treated typhoid. This is the second treatment, but I'm not feeling any better. But I guess today I'm going to be typhoid free. Yeah, because today's treatment is more stronger than the last one. So yeah, pray for me and you can give me some super thanks. Yeah.
It is one royal mile road stretching from the door of the palace to the door of the Parliament of Buganda Kingdom. The other one is the Parliament of Buganda, not Uganda but Buganda.
Wait.
In this royal mile road, you have two roundabouts. You have this one here. Are you seeing this one? And even the other one down the middle of the road with the two pillars. So there is a road reserved within the two roundabouts. It is only for the king to pass through. It shows respect for him. It shows that the king has to be straight in what he's doing. It has to be okay. Yes. Alongside the royal mile road, there's totems. There's symbols of the animals, the birds and insects. Those are our clans here in the Buganda Kingdom. We have 56 of them. So each and every clan represented by the animal or a bird or an insect or a plant. We have different names, symbolizes our clans.
Yours?
In the Buganda Kingdom, we are not allowed, for example me, I'm not allowed to marry within my same clan or my mother's clan. For example, me, if I tell I'm from the Buffalo clan, the sisters over there, they are either my sisters or my aunts. And our title in Buganda, the king is called Kabaka. Then in Ankole Kingdom, their king is called Omugabe. In the Toro Kingdom, their king is called Omukama. And then in Bunyoro, their king is called Kabarega. And then in the east of Buganda Kingdom, Busoga Kingdom, their king is called Chabazinga. So we have different kings and they are ruling their kingdoms. Our king does not go beyond his kingdom. We always talk about the social way how we live in the kingdom here, how we could prosper. When our king became the first president of Uganda, he led Uganda for only 3 years. He later got disagreements with the prime minister who was Obote. Because Obote had all executive powers, he ordered his chief of commanders, that was General Idi Amin Dada, to attack this palace where we are in 1966. Our king was exiled to England, and the first president of Uganda was exiled to England, where he was celebrating the age of 45 years in 1969. Then he was poisoned in wine. He died in exile.
He was poisoned?
He was poisoned.
In exile?
In exile.
By who? Who poisoned him?
By the messengers of Obote from here in Uganda. She was a lady.
What?
Yes. So he died in exile. In 1966, when he was away from here in Uganda, Obote, who was the prime minister, he captured powers and became the second president of Uganda. He captured this palace where we are. He turned it into a military barracks. He even abolished monarchies from Uganda. Kingdoms are no more. Uganda turned into a republic. In 1970, Obote was in Singapore for Commonwealth meetings. That is Choga. Then he was overthrown by the chief of commanders, Idi Amin, here. So Idi Amin took over and became the third president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979. Idi Amin knew that he would never be a good president of Uganda without Buganda Kingdom. Because we Buganda people, we were very much annoyed about the politics of Uganda here. For exiling the king of Buganda and the first president had even refused his women to come back here. So what he did in order to capture sympathy from this place, from the kingdom, he brought back the casket of our king in 1971. So that goes at the remains of our king.
The one on the Seychelles?
Who died? No, who died in England.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, who died in England. So he was much loved, but still this place continued the Azanami barracks. Because as I told you, this place was a barracks. Still the place continued the Azanami barracks, and even kingdoms were no more. We are no more. So Idi Amin hired the Israelis, and these people were known worldwide in building undergrounding tunnels and banks in civil engineering. For example, these people, they are the one built the Entebbe International Airport. So because of that good legacy, they were hired by Idi Amin to construct an undergrounding armory, an undergrounding store for weapons within this place here, because it was a barracks. The current king uses this place as a ceremonial place, the building as an office, but he doesn't stay here. So that is the history within here. From 1979 we had a civil war, which took 5 to 6 years, until Museveni took over from 1986 to that. So Obote took over as Obote II from 1980 to 1985. He led Uganda for 5 years again. He also used the same place to oppress the supporters of Idi Amin. Still, Obote was overthrown again because he killed the people, and people were very much annoyed about him. Still again, then he was overthrown again by his general. That was Tito Okello Lutwa. So Obote was exiled to Zambia, where he later got affected by some big diseases, and then he was transferred to South Africa for medication, where he later died in 2005. And then his body was flight back here to Uganda and was buried in his ancestral complex. Tito Okello led Uganda for only 1 year, and then he was overthrown by President Museveni from 1986 to date.
There is another president, I've forgotten the name, but he was a Muganda. For how long did he rule?
So we have 3 presidents within 1 year. That was 1979. So by that time we had political insecurities, we had no constitutions and others, because everything was upside down. So people could just come out and say, from today onwards, I'm now the president of Uganda. So within 1 year in 1979 we had 3 presidents. We had Yusuf Lule. We had Lukongwa Binayisa. And then we had Lule, Yusuf Lule, we had Binayisa and Paulo Mwanga.
They ruled in a period of 1 year. 3 of them.
One ruled for 21 days. One for like 14 months and one
That's funny.
I understand that for a long time Entebbe was the capital of Uganda.
Yes. But this is the capital of those places that we have in Uganda, because it is the only modern one that we have. So we only had 3 kings studied here, but we shall talk about 4 kings, because we had 4 kings of Uganda with cameras. So we have history for the kingdom and we have history for the politics here for Uganda as a nation. So the first king of Uganda with camera, that was Mutesa the First, and he never stayed here. He used to stay in Kasubi Royal Tombs, 5 kilometers from this place. It is a UNESCO site. Have you ever visited the tombs?
Yeah.
It is only 5 kilometers from here. It is a burial grounds for the kings of Buganda Kingdom. It is a UNESCO site. It is one of the biggest grass search towers in the world. When Lugard came to Buganda here in 1890, he gathered at Old Kampala Hill. He wanted a nearby place to our king's place, so that he can easily convince our king, because we used to spear one another. So he convinced our king. He told him that if you accept Buganda and Uganda to become a protectorate, we will give you guns. Buganda Kingdom will be the most powerful kingdom in Uganda. Now, because of the good benefits King Daniel had from the British, he accepted and signed a treaty in 1893 for Buganda and Uganda to become a protectorate of the British. Now, after losing the powers to the British, these people started diverting people from the kingdom to the regions, which annoyed our king, and that's why you have the markers of the Uganda markers. And then our king realized that so many people will be killed because 50% of them, they already diverted from the kingdom to the regions. What he did, he decided to fight the British away from the kingdom in order to regain his powers as a king. That was 1897. And unfortunately, King Daniel had no weapons to fight the British. British had guns, our king had arrows and spears. King Daniel was defeated on 26 August 1897. He was captured from this palace where we are, and then he was exiled to the island, that is Seychelles. So he died in exile in 1903. The remains of him were reported back here to be laid in Kasuri tombs in 1910. When our king was in exile, the British people, they could not stay here proudly without our king. So what they did in order to capture sympathy from the kingdom here, they chose one of the sons of King Daniel. King Daniel had 5 sons. For them, they chose the last born. That was King Daudichwa II to be their king. King Daudichwa II took the throne at the age of 1 year and 6 days. Daudichwa was a king from 1897 to 1939. He was given 3 legendaries to help him with leadership. These were Uganda people but working on behalf of the British. That's why in Buganda Kingdom we have the 1900 Buganda Agreement, which was dividing the Buganda land into 2 portions, into Crown land and Milo land. Crown for the King of England and Milo for the King of Buganda. In Buganda we call him a Rebel King David, since King David or Daudi, simply because he was the first king to travel, to visit Europe with the support of the British. And during his travels, he introduced so many good things in Buganda, even the history of East Africa, even up to date. For example, the building you're seeing here, it was introduced by him. When King David started traveling at the age of 17 years in 1913, where he visited King George, the 5th of England. That's why he copied this architecture. If you go to King George's palace, the 5th of England, resembles. Yeah, it's a British style man. Okay. Now, it was constructed in 1922. It was finished in 1933. It took the period of 10 to 11 years under construction simply because we had no materials in Africa with such houses. We used to import them from Europe to here. Yeah. So King David, since he was the first king to travel, he was the pioneer of women emancipation here in Buganda, even in some parts of East Africa. So he empowered women from the kitchen to the front desk right now, whereby ladies are allowed to go to school. Back in the days, they were not allowed. Education was for boys in East Africa.
Which year was that?
That was 1920s. Wow. Yeah, 1920s. Ladies were allowed to go to school. So by David, because before him our ancestors had a saying that is wastage of resources to educate a girl. At the end of the day, ladies they will end up into marriage. So ladies in East Africa were prepared into houseworks only. That's why ladies in Buganda Kingdom, they are good in houseworks. They are good in houseworks, like cleaning, like homes and others, preparing food and others. He introduced sport, like the board governs football in Uganda. Before him, our main sport was sport hunting. You know sport hunting?
No.
Sport hunting is like getting spears, traps, entering bush, running after the animals. That was our main sport here. His father Daniel Mwanga used to practice sport hunting on Mengo Kampala Hill, where he used to hunt impala animals. That's where the name Kampala city comes from. Kampala comes from the wild animals called impala. Yes. So when our king visited Europe, so people in athletics, football, he loved football. He came back and introduced the board governs football in Uganda. That is FUFA, from FIFA. He was the first FUFA president of Uganda.
King David.
King David. Right.
Daudichwa.
Yeah. King David, he introduced church marriages. We had no church marriages here. Previous kings could marry 10 women and has one official wife. For example, the one of Kasuri tombs had 84 wives.
What?
127 children.
What?
Yes. When our king visited Europe, saw people having one man, one wife. So he loved it. He came back and introduced church marriages here. Yeah.
Wow.
So then the title Nabagereka was introduced, symbolizes the official wife of the king. It was introduced on the regime of Daudichwa II. Nabagereka.
So Nabagereka is a title, not a name.
It's a title, not a name. The title symbolizes the official wife of the king. This is 1950s. After being appointed, he served as a guard for only 4 to 3 years. He had to come back here to fight for Uganda's independence as well. He came back here in 1955. He ripped for Uganda's independence. He won the British, and Uganda was born on 9th October 1962. That is the date of independence for Uganda. Our king, King Frederick Mutesa II, was made to be the first president of Uganda in 1963. Now in Uganda, before presidents, we were led by prime ministers, and prime ministers had all executive powers by that time. The prime minister by that time was called Dr. Apple Milton Obote from the northern part of Uganda. From today onwards, that is Uganda Airline. So he grabbed the airline from the Israelis. He took, and then they colored from the Israeli colors to Uganda.
There was the Air France airplane that was abducted.
Yes.
Is there any museum or something on the Entebbe raid?
We have the Uganda Museum. I think
But it's closed right now.
when you go to, like when you visit the Uganda Museum, at least you can at least view some things. It is now closed because it is under renovation.
Just until the end of the month. Alright. I understand that there is still the old terminal at Entebbe Airport that one can visit.
What?
The Entebbe Airport old terminal where you can still see the bullet holes from the Entebbe raid.
I think so, because I've never made research that whereby I can view some plates. Maybe they are there for historical purposes or for tourists, but me personally, I've never experienced it.
It was the brother of today's president of Israel who died there. Do you know about it? Jonathan.
Yeah. I heard about it.
How many acres?
The cars you're seeing belongs to the first president of the Buganda Kingdom. As I told you, he served as a guard in England. By the time he came back here, the Queen gave him a beautiful car. It was called a Rolls Royce. He loved the car because it was comfortable and beautiful. He bought 8 cars, different cars, but expensive cars. When Idi Amin and Obote attacked here, these cars were in the compound here. Some of them were burnt, some of them were smashed and buried. So there are 3 cars here. You have this one. This one is called a Mercedes-Benz Daimler Combinat.
Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah. So this one was fun. And the Daimler is sitting on a Cadillac. The other one down is a Cadillac from America. The Cadillac was smashed and buried. Then behind,
Where is the Cadillac? You said on this thing it has 3.
There are 3 cars here. This is a Daimler. Mercedes-Benz. Then this is a Cadillac.
Now I understand.
I was also confused. I was busy looking for a Cadillac.
Yeah, down there is a Cadillac and this is a Rolls Royce. The wheels.
Did they assemble it together?
Yes. We wanted to show people that our king and the first president of Uganda used to ride good cars. Yeah, and even to show visitors that this place was attacked. Such vehicles were demolished and others. So the cannon in the compound there belongs to Idi Amin. Those were some of the cannons. Some of them were taken by the current government when they restored this palace in 1997.
Is it also a car?
That's a cannon. You know a cannon?
No.
In English, mu Luganda tukuita mizinga.
Oh.
It's a weapon.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a cannon in English.
And this car was driven by who?
By those cars were those were convoy. The convoy of the king.
Which king?
That is Mutesa II, the first president of Uganda. He had a convoy of expensive cars, the Rolls Royce, the Cadillacs, the Daimlers, and others. So he had more like these. We have the Land Cruisers now.
I think there was faulty information on the internet that this was driven by Idi.
One of we renovated one car to consume 1 billion. Even the other building, you see the other building behind. It is full of old cars.
The one with the red roof.
It's not red. Those are old iron sheets.
Oh.
These houses you're seeing, these were offices for the first president of Uganda, and there was a king of Buganda Kingdom, as I told you, Mutesa II, before the attack of this place. When Idi Amin and Obote attacked here in 1966, the current king shifted these offices From this place here, the other parliamentary building you've seen. So these are tiny two houses for the security families.
Okay.
Yeah.